What's happening, Rasta Crack? How's she cutting me old anglers and danglers? Say cheese. Randomly walking through the forest, ring of Kerry. Herself, me old hemorrhoid, along with me. Trying to find our way down to the water. I can hear the Kerry accent coming through already. See what we get before travelling to Valencia Island for Bullhuss and Conger. See cheese. See what we get. So I have one rod out fishing, and I'll show the rig that I'm using. I have a 2-hook flapper baited up for the next cast with a 100-pound body. We have a 100-pound power swivel crimped with a sleeve onto a 150-pound snood. For this one I added some moon glow beads. These things stay glowing for frickin' ages. And that goes down to a 10542 Sakuma Manta. They're really sharp. So watch the hands when tying. I slipped a few times pulling down the knots and stuck myself. And for the second snood, I put it as a runner. So I have a top crimp and the second swivel is free running. So that can drop back to be right on the bottom. And for bait, on this one I left a bit of a flappy tail on a little strip of mackerel with just over the hook elasticated to hold it in place. We have a bite on the 2-hook flapper. Rod fender holding strong. She's bopping away nicely. Wouldn't be surprised if I snap off with this reel. It's the TF Gear Force 8. No disrespect to TF Gear, but this reel is a load of rubbish. Pulling strong. can't loosen the drag to let it run, because it goes from a couple of clicks to completely locked up to just free spool. And even at that, the drag is sticky as hell. Nice Spurdog. Now to scramble down the rocks. First Spurdog of the year. My best last year was 12 pound. But I've no scales with me today, so alright, cratering camera stuff. The hook is holding well. Try and grab on to the snood. Yeah, he's a lot bigger than last year, you know. So I'm going to get him back up in the bank and then we'll be back. So this was the first cast with that 2-hook flapper, and we have a nice size Spurdog with 2 lovely looking spikes that will cause serious damage if he gets me, and the teeth he's trying to sink into me. A lovely looking spike there that will cause some pain. Nice heavy lump of a fish, so we'll get him back. Just put him into this rock pool here to liven him up a bit. Doesn't have great eyesight. If there's something there from the bounce off it, he seems to do it. We'll put him back out to the open water now, and we go again. On marks like these, I prefer to leave the tripod at home, where I have to climb over crap coming through the rough terrain. So instead of bringing around the tripod, I have these little bad boys. the rod fender. This one is the rod fender Pro. So it has really strong magnets that I can stick to the car when I'm setting up, and everything stays in place. It's a lot easier than bringing a big metal tripod. And I have it on this rod, which is the Daiwa Sandstorm, so not a light rod. And that's holding in place. There's really good foam. I've used it in a lot of rough places and pretty much everywhere, bar the beach obviously. It's so much easier getting around the rocks and things. A lot of tackle shops have them, and you can go on rodfender.com themselves. They're an awesome little gadget. So this is the third run. I had another run a couple of casts after the first one, and he decided to snap off thanks to the amazingly crap quality of the TF Gear Force 8 reel. I've had some really cheap, crappy reels before, but that thing just really takes top spot for absolute rubbish. Smaller than the first one. You feisty. Trying to be as easy as possible with him. So that's another Spurdog. Only the 2 fish for today, but both are the target species, so happy with that. Calm yourself. And again, we must watch the spikes on the 2 dorsal fins. Ah, jeez. Cams of crate rate. Stop. Making an absolute mess of this. When I get everything sorted out, I'll be back. So finally got everything straightened. the battle on dry land was worse than the battle on the water. Sliding into the water here myself. One of the many little sharks in Irish waters. It's only about a 2-foot drop. Probably look like a cliff's edge on camera. Getting his bearings and he's off. Right, so that was nice to have a Spurdog in the last cast. Just packed up now, on the way to go. Everything held up fine. The target species was the Spurdog, so that was a success. Finished with 2 and lost 1. But sweet divine Jesus and the Holy Ghost with him. That TF gear Force 8 or 8 Force, or I don't even care what it's called. That shouldn't have been released. That is an absolute crock of crap reel. Don't know how much it was or what they're selling them for, or even if they're selling them still. I got it for nothing. But other than light surf work or estuary work, that reel isn't going to see the light of day again. Big thanks to Sakuma. They've awesome hooks. Have had trouble keeping fish on with other top brands. Well, I think slating one company per video is enough. Rod fender, been using the rod fender with 3 years, and I've had it fishing from every sort of mark. Have a full review up on the Fish Frame group, so check that out, and you have a chance to win a lot of the stuff that I'd be using all the time with all their fun competitions. Just watch your language, or Nick and the boys will block you as quick as a hotsy totsy on Tinder. So watch out for them, lads. It's first time using the Moonglow beads. I only had the 1 2-hook flapper rigged up with them and ended up losing them thanks to the reel, so I was lucky enough to get a quick bite on the first cast using those. I think that's it. So for the next segment it'll be the Bullhuss all the way down in Village Island, and see if I can break my 12.5 pound personal best Bullhuss. And also I'll be getting conger eel from sight fishing. So hope that'll be as fun. So Valencia Day is finally here. Got a break in the weather. Self-isolating from the old corona. Hopefully we'll get some Bullhuss, and once we get a few Bullhuss we'll go after the conger eels. So my go-to bait up for Bullhuss is always going to be sand eel with a squid head. Just pull out the squid head, use the body later, get your sand eel, same way as always. Sand eel first. right up. Then squid through the mouth. Use the tentacles up the sand eel to anchor. And elasticate it. Going to use extra elastic today because the crabs are clearing the hooks as soon as they hit the bottom. So hopefully that slows them down a bit. Then pull the pennel hook down, which I have supported with a couple of moon glow beads. We're in deep water, so it'll be a bit of an attractor. The bait is slim enough to just put it through the whole thing. Pull it nice and tight. And she's ready to fly. Tapered leader. Yes! Only a baby though.
So we call that a dogfish in Bullhuss.
He's choking.
You have wrapped around the neck.
He lives underwater. How's he meant to choke?
Did you just collect more weed there?
No, just dropped off the way.
Come here, let me just come up here. Fucking hell. This is amazing. Oh. Let's lift him up there, touch.
Irish angling adventures to the rescue.
Have him choking.
So nothing overly exciting with the Bullhuss. So we've moved on for our Conger. And it's just pretty standard, simple setup. Have a 100-pound swivel, a drilled ball lid with bait stops at either side, so it can be moved up and down. If there's current coming around the head of the pier, I'll have it closer to the bait for better control. For bait is the usual mackerel, just through the snout. Cut off the meat. And leave the guts hanging. For this I'll be using the head torch and try and tempt them out when I see the head sticking out of the hole and catch them by sight.
He doesn't look too big, so I suppose I could let him take it now. Come on. Oh, he's gone in. At least there's a bit of aggression with this fella. It's moving too quick. Come on now, we're nearly out. See, there's nothing happening to you. Let's go, crouching. Yes. See, that was a nice day out, wasn't it? Camera crap now. Where are I creating cameras? Two cuties, little Baba. You're gorgeous. Cam now. You'll be scaring off the big fellas. I'll be able to reach you.
Jesus Christ. He's trying bit like no tomorrow.
Yeah, that's alright, that's chump. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's looking for his hole. He must have thought he was attacking him. Oh no! Where are you going? Get back! No! No! Oh. We need the eye in the sky for this fella. You already tried that one. Come on. beautiful beast. Swallow it down, swallow it down. Yes. Oh. I don't know if the hook is coming out now or just the bait. Oh, he's a big boy. Come on, creature. Right. Camera, something. Camera. They're concentrating on the heads and this beast just sitting on the bottom. Can you get your gloves out there, please? Yeah. Big boy. Yeah. I don't want him to drop it. Let me trip up. Pause it. Goodbye, beautiful.